How y'all doing? This is RG from Positive Strokes 2. Another short episode for you to think about some things that'll give you some direct understanding and meaning about moving in a positive manner. Today I want to talk about relationships. You know, you have on social media so much information about relationships, what you can do to fix relationships, what to make direction right. But there are some serious and most vital things that you must follow in a relationship for it to work. Number one, you must understand that a person that's going to live with you, that's living with you, have to put up with all your quirks and all your things that you do. Because they feel that they love you and they want to be with you and they're willing to do that. Now you must understand yourself that you have a lot of moves and motions and actions that are for one person, single, and not for two. So that means your behavior has to change. The way you conduct yourself away from the other person, you must show yourself respect and the other person respect too by acting accordingly. Another thing is that just as much as they got to put up with you, you got to put up with them. They're grown. They made their own decisions. They went up and down. But now they're willing to take this plunge and this thing because they love that person and they want to be with that person. So they're willing to accept their quirks. But you know, what a lot of men don't fail to realize is that when a young girl starts to develop her breasts, have pretty clear skin, young, nice body, from a single person to a married person, from an old person to a young person, to when their age hits on them men. They've told them every type of line and story that they can get so they can get in between their legs or they can be their trophy on their arm. You didn't think about that, did you? Depending on their age will determine how much pain and misery they went through trying to find the right person and believing the story that they was told. So their look on men becomes negative in the back of their mind. The first thing is this man telling me the truth? Does he really mean that? And they start to wonder. But they believe their heart, and they say they're telling them everything. But then their behavior changes. And the first thing a woman thinks is somebody else involved because your behavior has changed. But the funny thing is that being a human being, our behavior always changes. If you're an intelligent, smart person, you're easy to adapt to circumstances and situations with the quickness, being a man. This time two will show emotion and this time not to. Men are territorial too. Because if they care for a woman, they're very territorial. They're just like an animal. They're ready to go to war to protect theirs. With that being said, men, when you're looking at another man's woman, don't you think that her man is territorial about what he has? But do you think that sneaking behind his back and yours back to have some fun, that is just all straight out fun? But what a lot of people don't fail to realize is that the heart always comes into play. The emotions, the feelings. The woman says, "Oh, this man treats me so good. The sex is so good. He's so attentive. I mean, I got his full attention while he's here. I want him all the time." She shouldn't have him because she don't give him what he wants, and I'm gonna give him what he wants. The man said, "Man, that girl is sexy. She do what I like. She be right up under me, make me feel good. She don't ever hardly complain about things. Don't want me to do a whole bunch of stuff. I'm ready to do this." Hmm. The problem is you don't want to grow. You like your cake and eat it too, and you like to stay on a plateau. You're not going up, you're not going down, you're just stagnating. See, what you fail to realize that to get the there's people that have been married 40, 50, 60 years. And trust me, it wasn't like riding in a $200,000 car. Oh, it was hard times, good times, bad times, hard times, good times, bad times, great times, tragedy, all that. But they lived through it. See, when they committed to each other, they said no matter what, I'm here for the duration. And whatever goes down the pipe, we're going to work it out. No matter what. See, every plateau and every painful situation in a relationship that you overcome builds a stronger bond for you and that person. What people fail to realize is just because you've been with somebody for so long that you think you know them. Untrue. You never know another person. You just know a lot about that person. The more you be with the person, the more you get to know about that person, who they are. It doesn't stop. No way it doesn't stop in whatsoever. See, being a human being and being into a relationship, the first thing we want to do is hide our mistakes and hide all the bad things about us. Because we want to put our best foot forward so we can have that person and want to be with that person. But the truth of the matter is that no matter who you are, it always comes out and shows. So you can be anybody you want to be in the beginning, but the real person's going to show up. Then you have issues. Then you have problems. A whole lot of problems. To avoid all that, just be yourself. Be yourself. Yeah, well, I did this when I was young, and I did that. Yeah, you did that. Yeah, I did that. But I'm not that person no more. I learned from that. It took me a long time to maybe learn from it. It may took you a short time to learn from it. But you learned from it. You finally grew to the next plateau in your life. And if a person can't accept that, then they ain't the person for you. Why? Because they're only judging you by the past. They're not judging by the content of your character or see anything positive about you because they're focused totally on the negative. And if you're in a relationship and you focus only on the negative in the relationship, you'll forget about all the positives. You forget about all the wonderful things and wonderful times that y'all had together. The wonderful, great times of sex in the bed. All that. All that. The children you might have made and have grown up. The accomplishments that you've done together. You forgot about all that. Why? Because you focus only on the pain. What he did in 1945. What she did in 1978. It was done. It's over with. Go through the pain, forgive each other, and move on. Okay, we've messed up. Let's get it. All right. Let's move to the next plateau. Let's get it right. See, because the problem is we're all imperfect. We're all gonna make mistakes until the day we die. Some greater, some smaller. We don't know. We're gonna make judgments, situations. We're gonna make bad decisions. This is a part of life. It's not what you do when you make the bad decision. It's what you do after the fact that counts. To correct the situation. You know, in the program recovery, it says we're powerless over alcohol in our lives, and drugs in our lives have become unmanageable. Let's switch it around and say this. We're powerless over life, that our lives have become unmanageable. Why? Because we made bad decisions. And the decisions were made on the information that we received for the period of time that we've been living. See, we all make mistakes, so you might have got some wrong information down the line to direct you in the wrong path. Or a situation may happen in your past that you can't get over because you're not let go, you're not forgave yourself, you're not forgave the other person, you're not let that stuff go, gave it to God, let it go, and let it go, and move on. See, if we don't clear the wreckage of our past, we will never have a good future. We will never have a good relationship. We'll have none of that. Because the past will always come back to haunt us in any type of circumstances that look like that. And the first thing we don't think that that person's going to do that because that happened to me. Bad decision. See, to survive in this world mentally is that you got to recognize when you make a mistake. Understand what part you played in the mistake, what part the other person played in the mistake, and how it got to the end result. But you got to look at it for what it is, not for what you want it to be. And once you do that, and you see it exactly the way it is, it may hurt, but you get a clear understanding of who you are and why you acted the way you did. The more we know about ourselves, the better we can react to certain circumstances. See, a lot of people be so bogged up in time and doing things and taking care and working and making money and having a good time that they really stop to really pay attention to themselves. And that's so important for you to sit and pay attention to yourself. Because the more you know about yourself, the better you can protect yourself. And the better person you'll be. So, let's talk about a person been together for 5 years. Okay. They've been together for 5 years and they've been through some ups and downs, but the bond done got tighter than it was for the first year. Why? Because they went through hell together to get to the other side, and they did it together. See? What that does, every time you go through a situation together, makes you understand and know they still there, no matter where my brain took me, where I messed up, where I shouldn't have went on that, and that was a waste of time. Because see, we do a lot of time wasting. We waste time staying in that funk. We waste time in missing out on having good times because we're in that funk. Why? Eventually, the funk goes away, and you end up and you end up being together again. So all that was wasted time. See, one thing you don't get back in life is time. The older you get, the less time you're gonna live. So value your time. Value yourself. Another thing, respect. You have to respect the person that you're with just as much as they're supposed to respect you. Both people got to respect each other. It's so important for that. And another thing that we forget, I know what's good for you. You need to do this. You better do this. The more you do this, the more you push the other person away. Because it's controlling. It's controlling. You don't stop at one thing, then you control another circumstance, another, and then the person feels like they're all in a cage, like they're in jail. See, loving a person means that you allow them to be themselves. Example, it's your birthday. Yeah, you throw hints. Yeah, you know my birthday coming up. That's all you need to do. You're gonna do something special for me? Allow the other person to use their imagination and what they want to do to express their love to you. Instead of you telling them, well, I want to do this, I want you to do this for me for my birthday and that birthday. There's nothing special about that. Yeah, you may get it, but it doesn't mean too much. Because the novelty wears off real fast. But if you allow a person to work with themselves to give you what they want to give you and the way they want to give you, you might be surprised out of your world. You might be surprised. And it'll stick with you too. Because it'll be something that you won't be expecting. That's allowing a person to express their love. Not saying, well, oh, I want you to do this. If you love me and you're going to celebrate my birthday, you should do this. No. That's not the business. That's controlling. Once again. What it is, baby, plan something special for my birthday. Whether it's a party, whether it's a weekend away, whether it's a candlelight dinner, and then go to a show or something, whatever. Give that person the opportunity to express their love for you the way they want to. Trust me, you'll be surprised. But if you're trying to control every situation, you're reaching for the stars, but you're not allowing nobody to give you the stars. You just want it the way you want it, and it doesn't have no moxie, has no foundation. Person's been together for 10 years. Oh wow, now y'all been through some stuff, boy. Let me tell you, oh Lord have mercy. But here's the thing. You got 10 years on one hand, 10 years of good times, and you have 10 years of bad times. Which weighs out the most in the 10 years? Does the good times outweigh the bad? Then what you tripping on?